Hey guys, I just want to say a couple of things about the Jeffrey MacDonald case from 1970. On February 17, 1970, Jeffrey MacDonald called for help saying that there was a stabbing while his wife and two daughters had just been brutally murdered. And he suffered relatively minor injuries. He was finally convicted, I think it was in 1979, actually, when he started his prison term. This case is really interesting because there was a woman named Helena Stokely who claimed to some people that she was actually in the house the night of the murders, along with three of her friends, three men. But the problem is that she was a druggie, and she had some issues going on for sure that would impact whether or not she would have been a credible witness. If there is any doubt that Jeffrey MacDonald is guilty of murdering his wife and children, I think that doubt has a name, and I think that name is Helena. She said that she was riding on one of the children's rocking horses and that the horse was broken. It didn't work right. And as it turned out, the horse was broken. It didn't work right. So how would she have known? In an interview many years after the murders, Helena said that the reason they didn't kill Jeffrey MacDonald was because they wanted to kill him from the inside, and they knew that by taking his wife and children, it would destroy him. If that was their goal, then obviously they achieved it, because he's been in prison, right, ever since 1979, and he lost his wife and children in the most brutal way possible. Could it be that she was telling the truth? Or could it be that she was a druggie who actually had no clue what she was talking about? She claims that she was at the MacDonald house in the middle of the night with three of her friends, and that they had driven, I think it was a Mustang that they drove to the house and then back home again. Well, I guess if they were sober enough to drive, and sober enough also, I think they went into a coffee shop. If they were sober enough for all that, then it sure seems to me that one of them would have been sober enough to give a very clear and believable statement to the police at the time of the murders, not years later when they were contacted by private investigators asking them to get involved. If Jeffrey MacDonald is innocent, then what about all the physical evidence? What about the surgical gloves? What about the murder weapons? What about Jeffrey MacDonald saying that they didn't even have an ice pick like the one that was used in the murders, when in fact it did belong to the MacDonald family? What about the fact that he washed up in the bathroom? What about the fact that fibers from his pajama top were found in his children's bedrooms? There are a lot of details in this case, physical evidence, A lot of details specific to the physical evidence that point directly to Jeffrey MacDonald as being the guilty party. But then you think about the whole Helena story and you go, how would she have known that that rocking horse was broken?